certain level
and they can't do any longer,
they can't breathe
much
anymore.
Yeah, the body is able to accommodate what it can, and that's why we ask if it's a problem for you to breathe in, or even when you're breathing in, it's like you're losing air, and then you've tried many times. You probably require more training in it, or that is not just something for you. And like, how many of us in Kenya can climb Mount Everest?
Very few.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who has started a training program to climb Mount Everest, and they have to go 2 years of training. And the 2 years of training, it's all about making sure that your lungs are able to accommodate that.
The pressure that you...
So the higher you go, the more training you need. So that means your body can only accommodate the training you've gotten and your capability. And again, even in 2 years, you could find in different concentration and pressure, you are not able to accommodate that. Then that is not something for you.
Yeah.
Because again, you are different,
At
physiologically different.
At the end of the day, it's still about people's bodies are
yeah,
different.
but the way they are able to accommodate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some are able.
And even the healthy, it also shows you how healthy your lungs are. Like, the more damage they get, the lesser the chances of you accommodating
that
a lot of changes. Like alcohol and smoke, and smoking, because there are people who don't smoke, but they're exposed to smokes, different kind of gases. And if they destroy the inside of your lungs, so that your lungs are not able to expand and accommodate that. Because in a simple language, the way the blood exchanges oxygen is that the oxygen passes through some membranes, and those membranes are able to take in oxygen, but they can't let out blood, because the membranes are very thin, but they can take in oxygen, and oxygen only, not oxygen and hydrogen, or oxygen and nitrate, or other gases. It will take oxygen inside. So that is actually the challenge. So is your lung able to accommodate that? Is it able to expand to
accommodate? So I think they call this mountain sickness when someone is not able to get to that point. So how dangerous is it if a person feels they're having trouble breathing, but they feel I shall push on? Because we've had stories of, somebody pushed on and maybe they got to a point and they just collapsed. So, how serious is it when a person gets to the point where they're having problems breathing? How serious would you say it is if a person either continues going up the mountain or stays where they are? How, is it an emergency that a person has to be taken down to ground level immediately?
And that's why mountain climbing is not a thing that you need to do it in a day. I have never climbed one, but climbing Mount Kenya, it takes you days, and every day you have to rest. And the period of resting is for you to look at your body and say, are you able to go further? And what we recommend is that if your body is not able to take more, just take your time. If you can't be able to proceed from that peak to another, then go back. Or wait for the rest to go up and then come back. And then
so is it an emergency? Or
it's not an emergency, but that's why we say if you're doing mountain climbing, there has to be a doctor or a first aid person accompanying that.
Who is familiar with this
with sort of these problems. Because then again, don't try something you can't. We've had situations where people climb. Like, I was reading something about Mount Longonot. They climbed Mount Longonot, and then they decided to go down the volcanic vault. So the pressures down there are different than pressures are out there. And I think we lost a young man inside there. So it's very good to
listen to what your body says.
To listen to what your body says. And that's why we say, for every activity like that, we need a first aider with them. Someone who is specifically trained on how to manage the body in different levels and different but different situation, in different
In
situations.
these situations, and
Yes.
these situations specifically like
Yeah.
this one. All right, that's lessons for mountain climbers. I think we can take the very last one. Like our show tries to, you know, to answer, this is one of those things that somebody has lived with for many years because it's never really necessitated going to the doctor. She says she cannot eat, over the years she has learned not to eat sukuma wiki, not to eat spinach, but she can eat cabbage. Because when she eats sukuma wiki and spinach, she gets very severe heartburn. Even just a little bit, she'll get very severe heartburn. Yeah, like I said, she would not go to the hospital about this, but she would like to understand. And I think many other people who have, you know, these sort of problems would like to understand. Sukuma wiki, I've had it a lot with sukuma wiki, but what is it with sukuma wiki and spinach that would cause heartburn?
Wow, I think I'm not a nutritionist, but I've seen patients coming, say, with all these manner of preferences, but also problems associated with food. And of late, I think it's quite common to see patients who associate some problems, health problems, with different kinds of food. And for us, that's our area. And like if I would try to talk like a nutritionist, all these foods are important. Sometimes we prefer those food that doesn't add a lot of, they don't have nutritional benefit. Like cabbage is quite good with roughage and water. Quite good with roughage and water and some vitamins, but it's not as rich in terms of vitamins like spinach and sukuma wiki or kales. And darkish leafy vegetables are very good and very good in folic and other different kinds of vitamins, especially A, D, E, and K. And we recommend sukuma wiki and spinach over cabbage. Over cabbage. Again, depends on where you are in life, but you require more of sukuma wiki and spinach, especially for women. Like women needs more of iron and vitamins and folic more than even men, but they equally also need them. So, and it's unfortunately sometimes our body prefers food that is not as nutritious as others. It's the taste
buds that prefers.
And for me, this is my take on it. It matters on what benefit you get from food than the effect it has or your likes.
So you're saying she should, you know, try and persevere the
no. What I'm just saying, that we need to have this in our background. So sometimes if a doctor recommends you to take leafy, darkish vegetables, it's probably you're going to die of anemia than heartburn. Yeah, than heartburn.
Okay, so you're saying.
So I would push for, let's find why you have the heartburn. Let's find why you have the heartburn. And especially stomach ulcers.
Yes, that's
stomach ulcers and
stomach ulcers and kale.
And kale, there's a relationship, and it could be because of the acid levels.
So sukuma has a lot of acid.
Yeah, it has, but also once you take it, it generates a lot of. You require more acid to digest. To digest. So what the body does, whenever you eat, it's an automatic reflex of the body that the body produces hydrochloric acid to help digest. to help digest and dissolve some of these food and the products.
Yeah.
So, and there are people who will say kales and sukuma wiki and spinach make it worse for them.
Because of that acid,
Because of that
acid.
of that acid. But again, also it goes down to preparation. It goes down to preparation, back to the kitchen, because it actually depends on how you cook the food. Usually, and this is usually, if you take spinach when they're raw, or kales when they're raw, definitely you're not going to get as much.
Oh, really? Okay. So it's better to have them raw.
So it's better to have them raw.
They don't taste that good raw.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that good, but again, it goes down to what is the benefit.
What is the benefit?
Yeah.
So the less you cook it, the lower the chance of developing this.
Yes,
this
the less you cook them, the more you cook them, they become harder. Like, have you tried overcooking kales?
Yes.
Or cooking?
Yes.
Yeah,
they become
I do cook, so I know these things.
I see.
You cook them more.
So cooking them less will have benefits of getting all the nutrients and also preventing this.
Cooking them less,
acid.
or even eating them raw. Like you have, I don't know what you call them, the blenders, that you use to do soups and stuff.
Yeah.
And like spinach, you can make very nice soup from spinach when they're raw. And
that way you get 100% of the benefit.
Or you can even make spinach soup. You put spinach, you add milk, and all these other things. So you at the end you will eat spinach. So I think it goes down to our cultural upbringing. I remember where I grew up. I grew up in a family where they felt like eating sukuma wiki when you have ulcers, it's not right. So then they would prepare for you something different. So instead of preparing something different, you would rather come up with innovations on how to prepare the kales and and we have blenders, we have all these things these days. So the best I would recommend for our viewers is try innovation. Don't cook sukuma wiki like how your mom taught you. You can come up with better ways of using. You're going to be shot by some of the mothers. Don't overcook sukuma wiki. Don't overcook sukuma wiki, but also come up with a nicer way of preparing these meals and getting the nutrition benefit, and also reducing the undesired effects, like making the ulcers worse. Right? We want to treat ulcers, but the way to treat them is that not. We will not tell you don't take sukuma wiki. I know doctors say that. Other providers say if these food are making you sicker, leave them. But you could find other alternatives of preparing them.
All right. I have learned that. I think I shall try that. I think that's all for today. As usual, we say asante sana.
Welcome.
The women, I think, who have learned some of your expertise, the viewers have learned. So we say thank you.
Welcome.
You have been watching the MedFiles program. That was Dr. Frederick Kimemia just teaching us some of the things that, we need to know. I have been your host, Marianne Waisha. Join us next time for more questions and more answers. Remember, if you have any feedback about the program, what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like us to include, or even what you'd like us to exclude from the MedFiles program, you can use the SMS line 22330. That is 22330. Or you could use the email address medfiles@3stones.tv. Join us next time.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.